Hey everyone, Casey here, your 2024 Dublin Rose, and this is part 2 of Dublin Rose Diaries featuring our 2024 International Rose of Tralee, Miss Keely O'Grady. Hello and welcome back to part 2 of Dublin Rose Diaries, and we are joined today by Miss Keely O'Grady, our International Rose of Tralee for 2024. Woohoo. So exciting. This one will be a little bit more laid back and less formal than our first part of this episode.
Okay.
So this episode is all about us and what we've done and our experience of Tralee and tour and all of the fun that we've been getting up to in the last.
Because we spend way too much time to
Too much time. It pains me. It really does. I hate it.
So hard.
It's tough. It's tough. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I suppose let's take it right back. Let's take it right back to probably before we actually met in real life.
Oh my god.
So for anyone who doesn't know, the experience of being a rose is you get selected and then within a matter of like hours, suddenly there's like 10 new group chats with all of these new people, and then for a couple of weeks there's more people getting added in all the time as your final few roses are selected. So I think I was rose number 18 of 2024. Do you know what you were?
No, I have no idea.
When was yours? Mine was in May
the
11th.
Right, mine was a couple of weeks later.
Okay.
Mine was May 25th, I think.
Okay, fine.
So
yeah,
I was there.
I
was there.
You were. We had to wait, but you got there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got new people getting added in all the time, and then as Tralee kind of starts to creep up, and there's panic messages of how many dresses do you have, and how many pairs of shoes are we bringing, and what luggage can we bring, and oh my god, then you really start to get to know each other before you really actually meet in real life. So my question is, I suppose these questions are for both of us. What are your earliest memories or like standout moments of me and mine of you?
Yeah. Okay, so before we went to Tralee and before I even knew you, we were talking on the group chat. I remember the day before I left, and like the group chat is just crazy. Like it's crazy.
Always.
It's always crazy. And you always had all the answers. You knew everything. Any question anyone had, you were like, no, I know this.
I'm glad it came across that way, because I feel I was making it up. So I feel like I'm glad that was helpful.
And I was like, this girl here is like, she's a mummy. She's going to be my fairy godmother, because I had my own fairy godmother, but obviously, you can't bring family members with you on the tour.
True.
So I was looking for, my surrogate family. And I was like, this gal here is going to be my fairy godmother. Yeah, I remember sending a photo of my suitcase like the day before I was meant to get on the plane, and like it was like stuff was everywhere. And you were like, it's gonna be okay. And then we got to Tralee, and I think I said it to you the first thing. We saw each other in the barber's tent. Yeah. And I was like, Casey. I was like, you're my mummy.
yeah. And a friendship was born.
Yeah, a friendship was born. No, I just remember thinking you were like such a girl boss. You give off such like confident aura, like strong, determined. I thought you were awesome. And then I think, was it the first night or the second night, we did the singing competition? And we were in the same group together. And like, I think, I'm not going to say I'm your number one fan because you have a really big family and they're your biggest fans, but I am a big fan. Like, you're singing, just like, I can't. So that was like my other first impression of you, was your singing and like your leadership when you were telling our group what to do. I was like, this girl. I was like, she could rule the world.
I loved that. So thank you so much for that. That's lovely things. My earliest memories of you, I remember exactly that message in the group chat and seeing the suitcase, because I remember you were saying about how much travel you had to do.
Yeah.
And I was at that point, I think, sitting again also over like open suitcases full of things that were waiting to be packed, and I was like, she has to fly for 24 hours with all of that luggage. And I just remember feeling so bad for you. That you had so much travel to do.
Yeah.
And then I remember meeting you in Barberstown that morning, and you did exactly say, you're the fairy godmother. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, hey, it's me. And I think it was such a nice, like, that morning was so nice to just be able to finally put faces to these names. And then I think it was such a crazy, like, it's actually so funny, because when I think back to Tralee, I feel like you spent so much time with everybody that you feel like you've not spent any time with anybody.
Yeah.
And I felt like that coming away from Tralee, knowing that you were moving to Dublin, I was like, I'm so excited to be able to see Keely more often.
Yeah.
And then when I look at the pictures from Tralee, we're together in like never all of them. We're always really? Yeah. There's pictures from Kildare. We're beside each other. There's pictures.
That's so
cute. It was like serendipity. We didn't realize it at the time, but it was happening. It was all going on.
Yeah. See, I think that's like exactly what you said. You feel like you don't spend enough time with
anybody,
like
ever.
Anyone in particular, because you're trying to get to know everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like we were drawn to each other.
We were absolutely kindred spirits. I just remember thinking that you had, and you'll laugh at this because I know exactly what you'll think. I remember thinking you had so much energy all the time. I was like, how is she doing that? I need to get some of that. I really need to get some. And then, of course, the iconic, and all the girls who are watching this will agree, the rendition of Baby by Justin Bieber on the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The perfect.
Yeah.
It was exactly what I think we all needed that day.
I think so.
But yeah, like the sing off was so fun. I remember like seeing you dance and just thinking, wow, she's a fairy. She's an angel girl.
I love that.
And just thinking that like, and I still think this now, every time I see you do anything, I'm like, wow, because you're so like, we all know you to be so like insane and crazy and giddy and but then you just carry yourself with such a like presence and such a maturity that I'm like, I want to hear everything that this girl has to say all the time. I just think you're the best person in the world, and you make me laugh so much all the time that it makes me want to cry a little bit. But anyway.
Okay, we'll stop talking.
Yeah. Let's not get sent.
We'll be sobbing and having in a second.
Perfect. So let's take it back to Tralee and tour and all the fun things that we did. So do you have a couple of highlights from tour? Maybe let's start there. It's hard to kind of
it's so hard.
I know so long ago now.
I always, like, when people ask me this question, I always had to get my phone out and be like,
what did we do? I have some notes here. You got to go in the helicopter. Talk to me about that.
My gosh,
so jealous.
Yeah, you should have been. It was so jealous. So Ted from Barberstown, oh my gosh, I don't know how it happened, but he picked, or they drew it out of a hat, I think. So 4 girls got to go in the helicopter on the way to Mondello. Mondello Race Park, and then 4 girls on the way back. And so in my helicopter, there was me, Kleena, Maria, and Megan. Yeah, and Megan is like my adventure buddy. Like, she is insane. She is like one of those girls who would go skydiving or base jumping and just be like, hee hee.
Yeah, I feel like she'd wake up on a like Tuesday and be like, maybe today I'll climb Mount Kilimanjaro or something like that. Exactly. And just go and do it and tell nobody.
Exactly. So she was so fun to be in the helicopter with. We were loving it. We were screaming and yahooing. It was so fun. It was just, it was an incredible experience. I've only been in a helicopter once before, so that was really cool. And then I'm trying to think other highlights. I loved Barberstown. I think the whole time we had there was fab.
It was lovely. Really nice.
It was all the activities we did there helped us get really close really fast.
Yes.
Like the sing-off. We learnt
oh my God, the dance with Adam. Yeah, the Barbie movie. Adam Fogarty, the dancer. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We did have some holds sometimes in Barberstown, I think, when we were all really we had the matching PJs that night.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the matching PJs. Pictures,
and the paint and sip in Kildare.
That was
in
crazy.
The street. That was wild.
Just in the middle of the town in the outdoors.
That was so fun though. Yeah, we did have some good times in Barberstown.
Yeah.
And then of course we went from there to Dublin, which was so nice to be back in Dublin for the day. We went to Temple Street, which was really nice for all of us. Yeah, it was so nice. Yeah. Obviously, like having a personal connection to the hospital. My mom works there, and I was a patient there. And obviously, it was really nice for Emer as well because she works there too. It was just so like sweet and humbling, and just so lovely to feel like we went in and one of my posters was on the wall inside the thing because obviously we were in Dublin, and it was just like so nice. And kind of I remember thinking like that being in Kildare must have been so nice for Catherine, and how much Emer must have been looking forward to being in Kerry. And it was like I kind of got a little bit of that day that I was like, I'm home and you were all with me. And actually then on the bus we drove completely through fingers. We drove through, like, that's where I get my nails done. I was like, that's the Chinese, there's the big Tesco, that's where I get my nails done. I went to school up here, I live up here. That was so fun. I was like, I love it here, I think I might move. And that's what convinced me. Yeah, perfect. Fingless won over the Rose of Tralee, and you've come back so many times since.
I have. I'm a big Fingless fan.
You are absolutely. Okay, so that was kind of everything that not everything, but a little quick snapshot of all of the stuff in the run up to the festival. We haven't even got to Tralee at this point.
I know. Oh, Tralee,
yeah. Tralee was
insane.
Yeah, there was so much that went on there. I've got more notes on this.
I think the best part for me of Tralee, nothing I think will ever top that first parade that we went on down Denny Street. It was like, I'm an emotional person, but I don't really like cry when I'm happy. Like I more cry when I'm like sad, frustrated, angry. I do, but not when I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I just remember, I think we got like halfway down and I was just like, this is insane. Like it's insane. I thought it was going to be like, maybe like a few 100 meters. It went on for years. It felt like, I don't know how long the parade is, but like, it was just people lining the streets, and you see every Rose's family, but they're all there screaming for everyone. Yeah. Everyone. Like I went past your crowd and they're going, Keely. Like what? Like it's insane. And especially coming from New Zealand, coming from so far away, like you don't really expect to have, a big crowd or a big support. But like the level of, love that I felt in that parade was insane. And hey, maybe it's because I was sitting next to Emma and people were screaming for her, but they're like, and I'm like, Keely.
Hi, everybody.
But I got halfway through that parade and I was sobbing uncontrollably. And then at the end, up on stage, waving, sobbing uncontrollabably. Like it was just, I was like, I don't think I'll ever be able to describe that feeling.
No, definitely not.
It was insane.
I was actually just talking about this in an earlier video, and I said exactly what you just said about like seeing everybody's family, and it's just like it's so wholesome to like look at the support that's there for everybody, and like there's so much love, and like the volume. It's like being a Disney princess in Disneyland. You're just like, hi everybody, oh my god, what's going on?
And everyone loves you. Don't know why, but hey, I'll take it.
The other thing that got me was the kids with the books, the program books, and they'd come up with your and you had your little stamp. That was so clever.
My god, the stamp. That was
genius.
That was my mum and my fairy godmother. They had they had the tops for me. They had the stamp. I remember. I think the moment when I lost it in the parade was I looked out onto the street and I saw a little girl that I'd just seen at the library. I think it was that day or the day before. Her name was Alice. She's gorgeous. And I like sort of locked eyes with her and she like lit up and was like, hi. And I was like, oh my God. And like, she was just so excited to, be recognized by a rose. Like, isn't it like, it's the kids, that do it for me.
And you were talking about imposter syndrome earlier on. Like that was absolutely rife because there was kids everywhere and they're like doing this you and you're like you smile and wave and they cry and you're like I'm just me. I was in Fingers last week. What's going on? How's this happening? How is this my life? What is going on?
Exactly.
It's
the parade
core memory for sure. Absolutely.
You kind of realize how big the festival is and how much it means to the people of Tralee and the people of Kerry.
Absolutely.
It's really special.
And then like there was so much else that kind of had like the pub twinning was really special as well. That was kind of obviously we'd seen our families and stuff in the evening times, but like getting that time with them on the Sunday, like just before TV stuff started and like after the kind of madness of the previous few days, it was nice to just be able to spend some time with them. You had Neve in your pub as well, so you were dancing.
And this is the thing, like with the support from other families, like Neve's brother was in the pub twinning and he was wearing an All Blacks jersey. Like, like it's just little things like that. Like everyone is there for everyone and everyone's families are there for everyone else's.
They were all just having such a good time. So good. Midnight Madness.
Oh my gosh. It was mad.
It was midnight and it was mad.
Did they have us say that?
You said that.
Yeah, I said that.
You said that. That was crazy. So for anyone who doesn't know, Midnight Madness is our last, kind of the last celebration, I suppose, of the festival. It's the close of the festival. So Keely has just been selected as Rose of Tralee. We've all been walking. We walked the same route, the parade route again.
I didn't walk.
She didn't walk. She was on the float as she should be. So we are ball gowned up, walking up Denny Street again, and then we walk up onto the stage and there's fireworks. Oh, we were on stage actually. Midnight Madness.
You were down.
We were down. You were on.
Oh my god.
We were up there. When you called for the car, we were up there, and then we went down for the fireworks.
Yeah,
then,
I was going to say you were boogieing or something.
We were dancing. We were having a great time, and the fireworks happen, and it's all really emotional.
Beautiful. And like the rosebuds are there.
Yeah,
are the rosebuds there?
The rosebuds are there, and the boys are there. Escorts are there, and it was just one of those moments for all of us. I think we were all so like obviously so excited and happy for you that we all had some really wholesome moments as a group. Then we were dancing together and everyone was just pulling out of everybody. You probably don't remember any of this.
I do remember. I remember like being in a big circle and then being pushed into the middle and like it was just insane. Lots of cuddles. All the photos from that, I'm just kind of like, you can see it's kind of like an out of body experience. Like it's just insane.
It was a crazy day.
Crazy.
So Tralee and tour and all that good stuff, and then Tralee ends and you've still got a year ahead as Rose of Tralee. I've still got like 8 months to go as Dublin Rose. At this point now I don't, but at that time I did. It doesn't feel like it now, but what happens from there? I feel like I meet people all the time and they're like, oh, you still like talk to those people, you meet those people. What do you mean you're going on trips and doing things? I feel like a lot of people are under the illusion that it ends at Tralee, but really I think it only kind of really starts as the festival ends.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the festival is the start of it. Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of people don't know that it's actually a year-long, commitment. Like you have the sash for a year and you are an ambassador for, your county, your country, the festival for a whole year. And you get to do all sorts of things and amazing opportunities are offered to you throughout the year. So I'm trying to think. Straight after Tralee, I went straight home. So I was back in New Zealand. I finished my degree, thank God. And then I came back. To Ireland and I moved over here, and ever since then, like people always say to me like, oh my God, you're so busy, but like it's so much fun. I do something different every single day. New opportunities are given to me, so it doesn't feel like I'm busy. Like I'm just having fun. Like what have we done?
God, so much.
What have we done?
We've done a lot. I feel like we've done a lot individually. I've done a lot of kind of local things in like Dublin and in my area, and then
the people of Finglas, man. You're the queen of Finglas. I would argue.
It's true. Dahi O'Shea called me the pride of Finglas, and I'll die on that hill. I'll die on that hill. I will take it. Like we've done a lot of local things. We would have had to do a lot of fundraising with Poland kind of being that was sort of the next. I know we had Frankfurt obviously in November, December, which was a lot of fun.
Frankfurt, we
had our fundraisers then
with the Germany Rose Centre.
We did. That was a lot. That was a lovely trip actually, really nice. That was kind of our first big reunion really since Tralee. So it was really nice to see that much of everybody, because we had some of the international girls
and it was it was a big group.
We had New Year's Eve, which was lovely. It was so nice. Our New Year's Eve ball in Barberstown. Again, we had a big turnout for that, so there was loads of people there. It's always just nice when we get to do big things like that and get everyone back together again.
It is. It's like a little family. I'm trying to think. Like I spend most of my time. I do a lot of school visits. I went to Galway. I did a visit with it was at Salt Hill Community Centre, and I did like I think it's called Meals on Wheels. Like the meals for the elderly. I played bingo with them. It was so much fun.
Perfect.
What else do I do? Gosh,
you've been to the States?
I've been to the States. So I did an amazing trip to Arizona and Texas, and I went and spent a lot of time with the Arizona and Texas Rose Centers. And it's trips like this that make me feel like so proud to be an international Rose when I get to go over to sort of other countries and witness the strength of Irish communities overseas. Because man, like those Texas and Arizona Irish centers, the kind of strength and connections through people's Irishness that they have over there is insane. Like I went to lots of events over there, and the amount of people that show up and connect over there it's amazing. Like it's amazing to see. Like Irish people are everywhere, and Irish culture is so strong.
That's true.
And it's something that I guess you don't really get to appreciate until you've sort of lived or left Ireland.
Of course, it's a good one.
It is good.
We had Frankfurt, and we've obviously just come back from Poland as well, which is really special. We'll talk about that trip in a little bit more detail in another episode. But that was really special, and we had a lot of fundraisers for that too. And that we've been
your Christmas concert.
My Christmas concert for Poland, that was really nice. And we've had selections coming up now as well that we've been attending. They've been lots of fun.
Yeah.
And we've got America again coming up there for St. Patrick's Day. That'll be such a cool experience as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah, walking in the Chicago parade and the New York parade. And then I'm going home. Oh, I know. I'll be gone for a month. What are you going to do?
What am I going to do? Cry every day?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'll just sob.
Yeah. I'll like stay up on New Zealand time. So
okay, perfect.
Yeah. And, you know, I'll cry otherwise.
Yeah, no, that will work.
Yeah, perfect. I think that's perfect. So that was our very first installment of Dublin Rose Diaries. It came in 2 parts because Keely and I just couldn't stop talking, as I'm sure you could tell. So thank you so much to our fabulous International Rose of Tralee for joining us for these 2 parts. Be sure to stay tuned for more episodes of Dublin Rose Diaries, where I will be speaking to previous Dublin Roses, current Roses from my Rose class, and maybe even some Rose escorts too if you're lucky. Make sure you stay tuned for them. We'll announce them as they come. Follow for more.